We have come to this fourth shloka of the 11th chapter of the 5th canto. Yavan mano rajasa purushasya satvena vatamasa vanuruddham chetobhi akudibhi atanoti nirankusham kushalam chetanam va. As long as the mind of the living entity is contaminated by the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, agreeableness, his mind is exactly like an independent, uncontrolled elephant. It is simply expanded jurisdiction of pious and impious activity by using the senses. The result is that the living entity remains in the material world to enjoy and suffer pleasures and pain due to the material activity. Now we see who is in action. The great Acharya, Bharat Maharaj, now as Jada Bharata. These are all very exalted personalities, fully in complete realization of Krishna consciousness. But you see how simply he is speaking. He is not speaking about Radha Krishna Leela at this time to King Rahuguna. He is seeing King Rahuguna as a person involved in Karmakanda portion of the Vedas. That's generally the people's understanding is there. South India also, mainly people are like that. Correct? Mainly people are like that. Pious and pious. Don't do this as Ashubha, this is Shubha. Some religiousness. And here is Bhagavad Dharma, completely transcendental to all this. All varieties of Kaitava Dharma. Vedavyasa himself writes, Dharma Projatak. Now I am going to not give you Kaitava, cheating religion. Because by telling you to be pious and impious, I have not really told you the beautiful form of the Lord, the wonderful pastimes of the Lord, and the sweetness of devotion service, which transcend all the material plane. Correct? Vedas are generally karma kanda. If you do this activity, from tamo you come to rajo, from rajo you come to sattva. But there is no idea about the devotion service to the Lord. For most of the people, even though they read Vedas, they read Bhagavatam, they don't come to know. For that, we have to associate with the Mahabhagavata like Jadabharata. Therefore, in the Bhagavatam, all these people are coming. And we advance in Krishna consciousness, not only by reading the book Bhagavata, by serving the mission of person Bhagavatam. Correct? What is Prabhupada? This whole movement. They're all Prabhupada used to say, this whole movement is my body. So we are serving the body of the Prabhupada. And that's it, in that way. In that way, that's what we are doing. So our situation should be, yes, Jadabharata is giving a very simple, you see, he had begun in a very, very simple way. He is talking to Rahuguna, not in some complicated language. It's easy to understand. As long as, but we see the reality is this. Prabhupada keeps saying, you're not the body, you are the spirit soul, you're not the body. This whole morning you're hearing the lecture, like an ass. So therefore whole modern civilization is only asses. If you cannot understand you're separate from body, you're an ass. Correct? That's the shloka of the Bhagavatam, Savai go khara. So this is modern civilization, nothing but asses. It's true actually. Somebody says, what are you asking? The body or the soul? No, I don't believe in soul, I am the body. You're telling me you're an ass. Actually, his modern is nothing but ass, is all gadhe. Ass means gada. So similarly here, Jadabharata is also explained in very simple terms, till the mind is pinched. They say, no, ping me. Nowadays. So till the mind is pinched by the three modes, then what happens to the condition? It is the mind is pulled. That's like a horse is pulled here and there. The mind is pulled. Hara abhakta sukuto mahadguna yat manorathena asti dhavato. Manoratha is being dragged here and there by the three modes, and his condition becomes very embarrassing. Just like an elephant. The elephant is walking like a wild. Sometimes an elephant goes crazy, he just walks like a wild, very dangerous. So the active life becomes very dangerous, and he is born again and again in this world. This is the embarrassing condition the mind comes in. So what do we do? The result is that the living entity remains in the material world. He could have done something wonderful, but being dragged, embarrassed, being tied, Prabhupada says a very nice thing. He says that what is greatness when you have no freedom to act? What is the greatness of life? Every moment you are being dragged, pushed by the senses to act. Where is your independence? Where is your gentlemanliness remaining? Where is your, what is life then? See, if I can see I should do this particular activity and I do it, that's so nice. But here I have no independence to act. Every second, split second, I'm being dragged by the senses to act. Is it life? Now people can't understand this much. Now then, the solution of that is another chapter. Then they have to come to us, we'll teach them how to become free from the harassment of the senses. But at least a person should recognize, I've been dragged by my senses. Here, where is the independence? Every moment the senses are dragging, do this, running and doing. What is life? What is this life? It's an animal life. That's animal life. Animal doesn't have any amount of freedom. His senses capture him so tightly, is dragged here and there. That's animal life. Therefore, there is no karma for an animal. Why there is no karma for an animal? There is no papa punya for an animal. Because the senses are captured fully. It's a helpless condition. You may say that where is the punishment? It's already being punished. Just like somebody may say, you are a traffic signal. A man is in a traffic signal, animal is a traffic signal. Animal jumps the traffic signal, runs. There is no punishment. And for a man there is punishment. You say, acha, very good life. No, it's all, to become an animal itself is a punishment. Why punish him more? So therefore Prabhupada says that will have great punishment. If you behave irresponsibly, you become a pig. That itself is a great punishment. You eat stool now. That itself is a punishment. So in animal life, when you behave very responsibly, definitely you are given animal life because he is untrainable now as a human. Human being can learn by hearing. So animal will learn only by experience. He has to learn gradually, very slowly, over crores of years, then he gets a human form of life. And then he can read this instruction. Yes, let me not get trapped by the three modes of material nature. And then Prabhupada says in the purport, how not to get trapped by the three modes of material nature? Sagunana samati tetana brahma bhuyaya kalpate. What is the shloka? Shloka gota. Mamacha vyavicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Sagunana samati tetana brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mahavacha avyavicharena, without any diversion. Bhakti yogena sevate, come forward to serve the Lord. What happens? Sagunana samati tetyan. We immediately transfer the three modes of material nature. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate. We are on the Brahman platform. So our solution to the entanglement of the material nature is be constantly engaged in the service of the deities. Be constantly engaged in some service to the great Acharya. Such Acharyas are very, very rare. In fact, if you read whole Bhagavatam, in the whatever known history of Vaishnavism we have, nobody has done a preaching to the level of Prabhupada. Nobody. Get me an evidence from any place. Somebody has done this level of preaching. Gone all around the world and delivered people in thousands. Nobody has done it. How much dear a person should be to the Lord to get this privilege. Any devotee, how much dear he has to be the Lord, to be empowered to do this level of work. So we should feel so happy actually. It's uncomparable service. Just like Prabhupada says to the Bhagavatam, there is no comparison, there is no competition. Even his service to the Lord, just like is unparalleled. It's unparalleled. It will be glorified later in the scriptures or by devotees. And we are in the shelter of the same Acharya. A devotee is known by how many people he has made devotee. That's one of the ways to know a devotee. Correct? Krishna Shakti vina na hai parivartana. Without Krishna Shakti, you cannot convert anybody to the lotus feet of Krishna. You can't do this religious conversion. That's bogus. He was an atheist, he remains atheist. To give Krishna is not so easy. You may say, suppose somebody is converted, they do that. All one way, this way, nowadays going all the ways. Just, he was an atheist, he remained an atheist. To give Krishna is not so easy, sir. Practically all religions today are varieties of atheisms only. Decorated forms of atheism. Just like human beings are today decorated forms of animals because they are doing animal activities only. These religions are also decorated forms of atheism only because you cannot give person of God so easily, sir. To give God, a personality of God, because all are impersonal today, all religions are impersonal. But to understand God is a person and give somebody devotion to that person, you have to be empowered by the Lord or His great devotee. You cannot do it easily. And for Prabhupada to do it across the globe, he gave Krishna to people. To this day, every day they pray to Krishna. Many, sometimes, unfortunately, some have even left the movement for some, differences, but still every day they get up, they bow down to the Lord. They serve the Lord and they chant the holy names of the Lord, and highest conclusion of Krishna consciousness they got in the heart. I am to go to the lotus feet of Krishna. Correct? They are not interested in just Swarga, this, they're nothing. They want to go back to the lotus feet of Krishna. Even with all their embarrassing condition or difficulty, the desire to achieve lotus feet of Krishna is there in their heart. Correct? That's a great Acharya. It's a gift of great Acharya. So we should understand that. Feel really fortunate to be under shelter of a very great personality. And also understand that Acharyas speak generally in simple terms, because they know they are speaking to an audience now in Kali Yuga, which is very difficult. They know their condition. Therefore you see Prabhupada so simple. Prabhupada says sometimes, one of the problems is there in the Bhagavatam, no? Bhagavatam says in Kali Yuga, whoever speaks very word jugglery will become a great personality. Prabhupada says, oh, he is speaking so wonderfully, he is speaking so wonderfully. People, you speak some terms which are, that people, oh, so nice he spoke. What did you understand? I didn't understand anything. He spoke so well. But Prabhupada does not want to cheat like that. He can do like that. He is speaking very simply. It's very easy to understand for her. You see, there was many Prabhupada secretaries were talked to. How Prabhupada used to say, whoever visitor comes, first thing Prabhupada used to try to impress upon him, you are not this body. Simple, so simple. But that is what is needed. And take shelter of Krishna, the Supreme Personality. Very simple. So, you should keep things simple. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.